Hello, my lovelies. Ginio here, the author with no last name, and I want to have a chat about me and the future of this channel. I know I don't have a lot of followers, but in the interest of transparency, I want to keep those of you who do watch my channel in the loop about where I've been and where I'm going. Back when I started this channel, I really wanted to review indie sci-fi and fantasy books. I really did, and I came up against things that highlighted the problems of indie publishing. I don't even want to call it an industry. The biggest of these being the modern day version of pulp novels absolutely flooding the market with books that aren't ready to be published. If I could find one book in 20 to even give a 3-star review, it was a good week. There was and is no way for me to be able to do a weekly review channel for indie sci-fi and fantasy books. It'd be all I was doing if I did that, and reviews for my fellow indie authors were to be something I was doing to highlight them, not a job. Being a peer reviewer as well, and not just a pure customer, which makes it even more difficult to be able to do lower star reviews without running into hurt feelings. This is why I ended up writing my post-fiction production guide of 16 signs your book isn't ready to be self-published and other things you should know. Because while these weren't bad books, they were books published too soon. All my post-fiction production guides are posted for free on my website, ginny0.wordpress.com, and I posted them for free because I was literally collating a lot of information from different sources versus coming up with it all myself. And I don't feel right charging any of you for it. This is stuff I learned over years for free from other free sources. When I came back to YouTube after an absence due to, well, personal reasons, it was to do the videos about Star Stable, and I stumbled across the Dreamworld controversy, which made me take a hard look at both Star Stable and Dreamworld's branding issues. Now, branding is basically a company's identity and how they market their identity. What is their message? Who are they marketing that message to? And how does this play out visually and consumer goods wise? The Dreamworld video has over 1,000 views, and I didn't expect it because everyone else who was bigger than me was talking about Dreamworld. I never expected anyone to actually find the video. So I started to look at other games as well, and some of those do better than others. I mean, I haven't looked at any of the other outrage type games because I'm not here for the outrage. I'm here to talk about things I care about and to use the knowledge I've picked up over the years from everything creative I do and have researched to help other people. This is a lot harder mission than just reporting on game news and fueling the outrage machine. So I need to find a balance between keeping the YouTube algorithm happy and oh, this is who you are as a YouTuber, and keep me happy by talking about things I enjoy and want to talk about. I do want to keep talking about game branding. My initial plan was to talk about a game brand once a month as I talked about other things, so one of 4 videos a month would be a game brand video. This might change. If I go into older games as well as new and upcoming games, I think I can be doing more than one specific brand video a month. Using the names of the games in my videos brings me views, whereas if I did just tutorials about game branding, like I did for my narrative video game design series, they aren't going to bring in the views. At the same time, this is my channel, and I still want to talk about things I want to cover, from elements of video games to author things like Harry Potter or Castle, or even talking about American white evangelical Protestant Christian culture as I've experienced it. And I definitely want to talk about my video game project, Mystic Riders, as I do more character art for it. In the normal scheme of things, if I cared about algorithms, and I'd end up making 2 or 3 channels, and this means each channel would have to give a video a week, and guess what? I'm not up for that. I'm doing this all by my lonesome, and you're lucky you get 1 video a week. I try to do videos in batches sometimes, so I have 2 or 3 videos ready to go for several weeks so I can have time to work on other projects that aren't YouTube. For me, YouTube has never been the goal. I'm not a streamer or anything like that. YouTube doesn't pay well either. If you're going to be on YouTube, you have to have other things to soft sell. So that's my plan. Figure out a way to make something I can soft sell you that's not development editing services or my books. What I want to make is a branding workshop. Try to demystify the entire process and keep it fun at the same time. I'm going to start with games and then hopefully expand it to books and probably fashion. This means a couple of videos I have scripts for already are going to be canned because they are part of this workshop idea and, well, they aren't fun. Because I've only been doing this 6 months, I honestly don't expect a lot of people to view my branding videos unless they're for extremely popular games I managed to hit at the right time. And I have no idea what that is sometimes. It could honestly be another 6 months before the channel actually gets anywhere. So I want to start on the workshop project now, so if the channel does take off, then I'll have something to hopefully bring in passive income. So there might be some videos of me working on an avatar for these workshops, and hopefully to use in the future instead of having videos of me talking overlaid on a bigger background. If I want to talk about something like Harry Potter, I'll probably do those videos about Harry Potter video games, or even go over the branding of the books. I honestly don't know how often I'll be able to do this. I will do my best to, if I'm going to talk about something that's not game branding videos specifically, to try and tie a game brand video to the topic. My personal brand or identity, so to speak, has always been about me as a creative person. I don't try to make myself an authority on werewolves or to create a persona where I play a video game for hours on end. That's never been who I am or who I want to be. I'm a creative person with a love of science fiction, fantasy, and action, and a background in writing and fashion. Like with writing, I learned about video games and how they're made on my own. It's really amusing to me, at least, that part of my brand now is discussing the marketing identities, aka brands of games, and so on. It's just a really weird position of my schooling and my knowledge as an author has kind of crashed together to put me in. I still do want to talk about books, and maybe I'll end up doing brand videos about books and how they're marketed, or much later on, go over different fashion houses and their targets and how they present themselves. The near future, though, is, well, a very long update about Star Stable. There are roughly 4 videos for me to go over what has happened since April and some other questions, topics I want to go over using Star Stable as an example. I know Star Stable might not interest a lot of you, so I'll fully understand if you sit those 4 videos out. I'm really taking this channel in the direction of everything one day, 1 week at a time, and as I see a need in the market. I'm fully open to suggestions that aren't sit down and shut up. So that's the future. I'm going to keep making these mini example lessons about video game brands and create a workshop tutorial to sell in the future. I have no idea how long it's going to take me. I'm just finishing up a fashion illustration project now to post up, and the tutorial is the next priority, which pushes everything else down from Mystic Riders to my next books. Having the Star Stable videos will hopefully give me a month to really focus on researching and starting that project. I hope this makes sense. I hope you enjoy the channel, or are interested in having a workshop like this for games, and maybe in the future books and fashion houses. I can even narrow it down to world building and character stuff. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for listening. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.